Okay. Testing, testing. So we should be going. Just in case, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Building Southlake. Not a stream this time. This time it actually is just a usual video that you guys are probably used to at this point. We will be talking about the stream and just why I've been doing more streaming and why some of the videos may have been some different formats lately. So we're going to be talking about all that stuff here in a little bit. So, like the title says, I mean, we're back on Southlake here. We've done a lot in those streams, and a lot of you guys haven't seen the full videos because I've not, you know, those streams are very long. Usually they're a couple hours, an hour long. So, obviously, I'm not going to upload the entire stream because, I mean, the watch time is not that much on my channel. It's not, you know, usually it's around 10 minutes. That's why these videos are around 10 to 15 minutes long, if I can help it. And the reason why I've been streaming is, one, I feel like, I mean, a lot of you guys have talked about before, you know, watching me build. I mean, really with these episodes only being 10 to 15 minutes long, you know, I can't really fit that much into one episode, right? With streams, I can kind of do the best of both worlds simply because of the fact that I'll stream and you get to see a live build. I mean, like the buildings over there, they're live. But then you also get to see more when it comes to editing the videos most of the time. Unfortunately, the video on Tuesday, the audio, for whatever reason, I had a separate audio file running, and for whatever reason, it just didn't save it. It just kind of cut out, which really sucked. Don't know why. Usually it does not do that. So that kind of sucked. But one of the other reasons why I'm streaming is, one, I'm really starting to enjoy streaming. I feel like it's a little bit easier on me in a sense, simply because of the fact that it just seems to be easier when it comes to less demanding in a way, because while streaming is very demanding, because in videos I can not talk for 5 minutes, but on a stream, if you don't talk for 5 minutes, you're like, well, I mean, is he dead? You know, I mean, what's going on? Is he away? In videos, I can cut out when I'm not talking, and most of the time, you will find me talking in videos. It's just one of those things to where it's a different type of situation. I mean, I think once you get started streaming, it is very easy, and it really depends on if you have a YouTube channel going along with it. I mean, with me, I do. So that's why I do a lot of other games like Rainbow Six Siege has been one of the main ones I've been playing. Play a lot of Battlefield. And a lot of those streams will go up onto my Power Play channel. Or if I do Minecraft, it will end up on this channel. If I do any games where I create, like Fortnite will be another pretty popular one here coming out soon. That will be another thing that will go onto my creating channel. So really, the streaming is an all-in-one place to watch everything, and then from there, the videos will be split into different categories and onto different channels, because every channel that I have is for a different purpose. It's for, you know, its own different content, because, you know, not everybody likes to watch a certain type of content, so I'm trying to kind of give everybody a best of both worlds. However, with that being said, being that I'm running 3 different channels, actually 4 different channels, it is very time-consuming. So if you don't see a video some days or even weeks, usually because I'm trying to focus on one channel while still trying to get some of the stuff ready for the other one. So it's a very hectic time, and again, I still have my daily work, so I still work 40 hours a week at my job, and I really only have, you know, from maybe 5:30 until 8 or 9 to get all my work done. And then on the weekends, obviously, I mean, I have a lot more time there when I'm not spending time with my girlfriend. So again, a lot of the reason why I've been streaming is a lot of people like it simply because of the fact that, one, they can interact with me, and it's really cool. It kind of helps me with those conversations because I'm not talking to myself. I'm actually talking to you guys, which is another really cool thing that you get used to, because I don't mind streaming with other people. I prefer it, but it's one of those things where it is kind of a difficult thing to talk to yourself kind of thing. And streaming really helps that because people can ask their own questions. They give you something to talk about, which is your main point there, because you always want to have something to talk about, because when you don't, it kind of comes across as like, well, okay, he's just repeating the same thing over and over again, which does happen. I'm trying to figure out what kind of building I want to add here, because it needs to go, it's not all going to be one building, but we need to have buildings from here going over next to the highway. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of design I want to go with. Very, very tricky. Obviously can't add anything over there. And I'm still not sure what I want to do over here. I might add another building. I'm not too sure yet. There's still a lot of stuff to be figured out. And one of the other good things about the tour is well, speaking of the tour, we'll get to that. But one of the great things about the stream is I do a tour every single stream of the city because, you know, hopefully it's going to be bringing in new audience members. Sorry guys, I'm trying to think of a design I want to go with. I'm not sure if I want to use brick. Brick's one of my favorite materials to use, but it's like, do I want to use it over here? Do I know what design I want to use? There's a lot of stuff to figure out here. So I might have an idea. I might have an idea for a building we can make. So, it's actually going to be a little bit different. We're going to use snow again, or, what other materials do we have? Ooh, what about white concrete? Actually, could look really good. How smooth does it look? Oh, yeah, this could actually be a lot better. Yeah, so we're going to go with that with our quartz stairs and slabs. And we'll go gray, so we need our gray concrete to kind of give it the same texture. That's black. We need our gray. Okay, so... yeah, again, kind of going back to the whole streaming thing. So streaming is one of those things where I've been doing it more and more. You're going to see a lot more videos that are cut from streams onto this channel simply because of the fact that it's kind of a best of both worlds for me. I don't have to record twice. I just do one stream, cut the stream up into parts, and there you go. There's your episode or episodes. And it just makes things a lot easier on me. You guys get to interact with... that's one of the only problems I've always had with Southlake was how do I kind of make it an interactive thing? And it's really hard to do that when you don't have a, again, specific thing to talk about, a different way to do things. And this really helps because, one, if I actually record my screen, so the stream is a little bit different on Xbox, but if I actually record my screen like usual, you can actually, oh, my headset says charge complete. You can actually see the questions coming in yourselves and you can see me answering them. So it kind of gets you guys a little bit more involved in that way and not just kind of looking like, who's he talking to kind of thing. All right, where are the damn... fence things? Here they are. I was like, where the hell are they? But yeah, so if you guys want to go watch the streams, again, you're gonna find a lot of streams on there that are not Minecraft. Most of the streams will not be. I'm just kind of giving you a heads up on this because I don't want you guys to go over and follow if you're not really wanting to watch, you know, the stream, because that channel is really gonna be made for other games. However, I'm still doing some Minecraft stuff on it. You know, I might do some PC, like the Space Astronomy series. I might do that on there. There's a lot of different things we can really do, and we're not really limited. But the stream is mainly meant for other games because it's for my other channels. But again, I didn't want to exclude you guys from the stream, which is why I still do the Minecraft episodes, you know, once a week, if not twice a week. And one of the kind of things I'm thinking about doing is making it to where, so we need 2 here. And what was I talking about? Right, one of the things I wanted to do was kind of like how it's set up this week. So on Tuesday, we had a live stream. Today, it's a usual video like usual. I'm kind of thinking about doing it that way to where Tuesdays might be the live streams of Southlake. And then on Thursdays, when I have time, making it into the usual video series that you're used to. And I feel like this would be a great combination between the two because you still get your live streams. So it gives you guys your chance to interact with me personally. But at the same time, ooh, actually, I need to, before I stack this up, I need to make sure I get my windows correct. That's actually very important. So we need to figure out what kind of glass we want to use. I'm kind of thinking black and gray. So let's use black, and we'll kind of put these out a little bit more. Like this, and finish that off. So we need to start our window then. And I need to take some more swiftness. Yeah, so if you guys like that idea of the setup of on Tuesdays, it's a live stream, and it will be over on Mixer. And then on Thursdays, it will be like what you see here, usual standard setup like I usually used to. And I really feel like if we do it that way, it's going to add a lot more variety to all the viewers here because you get more options. That's the main thing I want to give you guys is the different options to choose what you want to watch and all that good kind of stuff because you have a lot of, again, options you can choose from. If you like the live streams, they're going to be there. If you don't like the live streams, they're going to be there as well. So it's kind of just a best of both worlds. And again, the other reason why I do like the stream so much is, again, you guys can interact with me. Before on Southlake, we had the, so I need to add one more here. We had the subscriber of the week, but then YouTube took that ability away from me when it got rid of seeing who my most active subscriber was for that week. So then that kind of cut out the audience interaction portion of the series, which really sucked because I enjoyed doing it. So I feel like this is kind of bringing it back in a new way, but in a better way as well, to where I feel like it's I think it's a better way to do things. So again, if you want to watch the streams, I highly suggest it. I mean, it really helps me out personally. Do I just need 2? I just need 2. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I get everything right here. It's been a while since I've used white for a building. Been a very long time. Wow. I can't remember the last building I used white on. I wonder, like, actually... Well, okay. Kind of not true. I mean, I just made this one white. And then that one's white. And that one... Never mind, I've made a lot of white buildings. I'm going crazy. Going crazy. Okay. This building's going to look pretty good. It's going to be like a modern office building, I think is what I want to go with. So if we can get this to look good, that'll be awesome. There we go. Oh yeah, one of the other cool things I found out the other week is, so a lot of you guys know of the Echelon or the Echelon community server and also Operation Realism. Apparently, they are going to be merging those two worlds together, which is a very awesome thing because, again, if you haven't seen those worlds, they're absolutely massive and beautiful and so well thought out. It's going to be a really cool thing. So if you guys ever want to go onto the Echelon community server, you really just go to Operation Realism or Echelon, and I'm sure you'll be able to find different things there. On the IPs for it, and that will be on PC. But, again, I mean, with the whole... Better Together update, I'm not sure how all that's going to work, so, you know, it doesn't hurt to check it out. Alright, so we got rid of the slabs. We need our gray now, our gray glass. Where is it? Here it is. So if we add the gray in here, this will make it a little bit different height and different, just the little textures. So we know how tall each floor is going to be, so 3 blocks tall. And then our gray will fill it in. So 1 layer of gray. I think if we do this, it will look really good. I'm really hoping it will. Oh, more swiftness. There we go. So back to the blacks. We need 1 more layer after this, I think. You know, don't you just love the way I talk sometimes? I just can't even use my real words. So that kind of sucks when I do that. But, you know, whatever. I've gotten used to it at this point that I flub a lot. And a lot of that's because I talk very fast. And it's not that I like talking fast. It's just that's how I talk. Which sucks every now and then because I want to talk slow, but it feels like I just can't talk slow. I feel like when I talk slow, it's not, you know, I feel like I'm like speaking too slow to somebody, like it's almost insulting. Like, do you know who I am? It kind of feels like that, right? So it's just one of those things where I've gotten better over the years, but still need to get a little bit better with it. Oh yeah, adding that gray makes a world of difference. Awesome. So we then bring this up. 3 block gap in between. Perfect. But yeah, one of the other things I want to ask you guys about is I think it's going to be an interesting fight, and you guys might have heard of it, especially if you're in the States, I would imagine, is the Manny Pacquiao, or not Manny Pacquiao, that was the old one, the Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. Who do you guys think is going to win? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Me, personally, I think that Floyd Mayweather is going to win, simply because of the fact that he's been boxing for however many years. It's one of those things where it's going to be really hard to change a sport for McGregor and immediately win. I don't think it's going to work out as well as he thinks it's going to be. You know, I could be wrong. It takes that one magical hit to bring somebody down, but I just don't think he's going to be able to adjust. He's not going to have the right techniques. So I want to see what you guys think about this because I've never really watched too much boxing or MMA. It's never really been my thing. But I still think that Floyd Mayweather is going to win simply because of the fact that he has more experience. He's more patient, which in a boxing ring is all about stamina and patience. Because if you can tire somebody out and make them frustrated, and then you're on the advantage side if you're the defender, which that is Floyd Mayweather's tactic, is he is a defensive fighter, which a lot of people talk shit about this, pardon the language. But I mean, a lot of people talk about that. And just how he's such a defensive fighter, he runs away from hits. You know, that's a tactic. That's not being, you know, a pansy or whatever you want to call it, or a girl. You know, that's a tactic. You know, make somebody tired, make them chase you. The more they move, the more they're tired, and then you can get your shots in. So I think it's a smart move. I've never really understood why people just go, "Oh, that's such a weak thing to do. He just runs away." Okay, and your guy's chasing him. So he's doing his job. He's making it to where you have to chase him. You're going to make him move more, trying to follow you. And then once he's tired, you take your shot, and that's when a miracle stuff can happen. So I think he's going to win, but, you know, it'll be interesting to where, you know, I like Mayweather to an extent, but man, he is just one cocky guy. I mean, he's one of the cockiest guys I've ever seen, which I guess you have to be as a boxer because it's only you in the ring. So I'm not sure, you know. It's gonna be an interesting fight, I think. But But I do think that if he beat Pacquiao, he's going to beat McGregor. But again, we'll have to wait and see. I think it's August 26th for the fight date. So that should be interesting. They're going to make so much money. It's ridiculous. I think that Mayweather already got a check for $100 million. It's ridiculous how much money they're making off this. And I think that's why even McGregor is doing this. Even if he knows deep down, you know, like he might lose, he's getting one hell of a payday out of this because of the fact that, one, if you fight Mayweather, usually it's a big event and you're going to make a lot of... Ooh, did I mess up here? Hold on. 1, 2... Nope, I didn't. It just looked like I did. That one looked different. Alright, let's build up these. Alright, so then I think we'll start one row of windows, and then you guys can kind of see what it's going to look like going down from here. Did I miss? Nope, I didn't miss any sections. It's kind of weird like seeing it like this, so just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. So it should be right here, right? One block away. Perfect. So right here. Bring it down. Good to go. Bring this one up. We're 3 blocks away again on the next one. And bam. So let's take a step back and see how this looks so far. Again, it's kind of a modern office building that we're going to see. So far, I think it's looking really good. Again, it's only one section, though. We're not, you know, too far into this entire thing. We still have a lot of work to do, but I think it's a good starting point. So I think we'll make the windows 2 wide. I think 2 wide will be good. So what I want to do is make this first one fine like this. So we need to go up to here where the next window is going to be. So maybe something like this with that. Do we want to go 3 wide? Let's go 3 wide. Actually, I don't know. Well, 2 wide would be better. Let's start with 2. Let's see what it looks like with 2 going all the way up. So if we just come all the way up here. So pretty much it's going to be kind of repeating this going all the way up. Like this. Like that. Boom. Yeah, but again, talking about that fight, let me know in the comments what you guys think. I want to hear what you guys think about this. Who do you guys think will win? Who do you want to win? And I think it'll just be an interesting conversation out in the comments, you know, because everybody has their personal favorites. Everybody has their own reasons why they support one guy over the other. So I just want to hear your guys' thought processes and see what you guys really think. So there's that. So if we take a step back. Ooh, yeah, actually, I like having it 2 wide. So 2 wide's good. So then what we'll do is we'll make the next window have a 3-pillar difference. So then the next one will start here. So I think if we do it this way, we're going to look real good. Oh, so I do need one there. Okay. So take this real quick. So add one here, there, there, there. Also, let me guys know as well. Let me know what series you guys want me to do on Minecraft. I know a lot of you guys are still wanting the tutorials. I'm still considering it. And I did talk to somebody in some of the comments on one of my house videos. And him and I had a great conversation. I mean, it wasn't like an insult conversation. It was just more of, you know, I was explaining to this guy why I don't do tutorials. He was saying why I should. And we just had a nice conversation about it. And the reason why I don't do tutorials anymore, guys, is simply because of the fact that I don't enjoy doing them. Which, for a YouTuber, if you don't enjoy doing a series, it's best to stop it. Even if it will get views, you know, while it's so tempting to do something just because it gets views, once you do that, it's a very bad road you're going down because you're doing it not for yourself, you're doing it for your audience, which it sounds good, but if you're the YouTuber making it, it really drains on you and it wears you out a lot faster, which makes YouTube no longer fun, which eventually leads to no videos. So that's why I don't do it anymore. I got removed from my own party. Interesting. So it's one of those things, right, to where I still want to do them at some point. I'm not going to do them now. In this entire conversation, I mean, he was talking about, you know, maybe I should even just do a time lapse of something, like of a house being built. And I told him that's never how I've done tutorials. Which I guess you guys also have to understand this to an extent, is there are other ways to do tutorials other than just the way I do them, right? I could do it to where it's just me building and kind of talking. I've seen a lot of other YouTubers do that. Or I could do it the way I do it and fully try to give you guys all the information possible while I'm building. That way you can get a step-by-step tutorial. So that's how I've always done my tutorials, is a step-by-step process, because that's what people like. If you're watching a tutorial, you're watching it simply because of the fact that you want to learn how to build something, which is perfectly fine. So there is a certain way I do tutorials, and I don't want to change that, because in my opinion, if I do a tutorial, I want to do it right. And that's the main thing here, is that's the main word. I want to do it right. I want to do it to my personal standards, and my personal standards might be different than what you might expect or want. So it's one of those things to where I get there are other ways to do tutorials other than how I do it, but in my opinion, those are the lazy ways to do it when it comes to doing a tutorial. It's more of just a walkthrough and the speed up of what you're doing. You're not really describing to somebody what you're doing. So usually that's why now I'll just give you the end product. You can see what it looks like. If you want to build a house, you just got to pause the video and build it section by section, which is how I would do it if I remember copying somebody's house. So we might talk about this a little bit more in the next episode of Building Southlake. But thank you guys for watching. It is greatly appreciated. I will see you guys next week for another 2 episodes, hopefully, depending on my work schedule. I've been very, very busy, so hopefully cross my fingers here. Hopefully I can continue doing this twice a week kind of thing. So bye-bye, guys. Thank you very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated, and have a great rest of your week and weekend.